Hi, I'm Tom Lynch, and I'd like to take 5 minutes of your time and talk about art materials. Well, I bet you think I'm going to tell you right away what art materials I use and say, that's what you've got to have. Not going to happen. I'm going to tell you about the way in which I paint and how the art materials have evolved with me, and I've needed to make a change in the art materials. Because I used to be, well, I'll show you. Take a look and you'll see. I used to be a painter that dealt more with value change, lights and darks, you know, somewhat a play of light. Also, I was a painter that probably had a little bit more detail years and years ago, and a little bit of contrast. Any brand of paint can serve you well, any paper would serve you well. Slowly, I came out of that idea, and it was by choice. I liked the look of a little more color. I liked the look of a lot more play of sunlight and shadow. So, as you can see, my paintings have evolved. Now I like there to be a richness of color. Look at the feeling of color, the variety of color, the intensity of depth because of some of the darks. And once in a while I'll do something bold, you know, with some darks, and really taking it to another level in watercolor, where I'll do a night scene using watercolor. Now I can tell you the materials I use. Now, I'm not going to say Winsor Newton's bad paint and that Arches is bad paper, not at all. But my artwork has evolved away from doing, as you saw in those early stages, where instead of doing detail, I'm showcasing a little more variety of color, showcasing a little more variety of contrast, instead of doing the detail. So that has served me well to have my choices. And don't fear changing. Try out one color like a blue and danthering instead of your Payne's gray, neutral tint, or lamp black. And now I'll tell you, the brand of paint is Sennelier. They have the color enhanced with a little bit of honey. Much creamier color. When you squeeze it out, you're going to see that color melt. What does that mean? You can dissolve color right away. It'll melt right in, and your brush is loaded and ready to go and put it down, as opposed to having to scrub and work with it. So the brand of paint can evolve, and the brand of paint can also help your paintings. If you want to get away from some darks, I'll show you some color mixtures. So it's important for me, for my impact area, I call it that instead of the focal point, to have a lot of pop. So I have some specialty colors just for that focal point to exaggerate. People say my paintings seem to have a glow because of that. Then, as I said, I'm using a lot of darks, and I can have these darks be colorful. Look at this. This is not just a dull black. There's a lot of subtlety in those colors for the darks. I wish you could say it was my master skill. It's the brand of paint that has helped my paintings be more colorful. But it's by choice. I went away from the detail because people said they liked the feeling in the painting. They liked the mood, the atmosphere, and it made them feel good. Variety of color makes them feel good. So if you like a lot of color, think about the Sennelier. Choose a light, medium, and dark of their brightest colors, because it's easy to dull down a bright color. So take a quick look at my palette. I'll share with you. I have light, medium, and dark yellows. I have light, medium, and dark reds. I have light, medium, and dark blues. I have light, medium, and dark greens. And so then I have a chance to have it be colorful, have a chance to see how milky and soft and smooth. I never throw away paint. Put a light spray of water back on top of those colors, and they serve me well. Now, let me share with you a thought about paper. So I like to have in my paintings that little runny, that richness, that colorful look. Look at all those colorful darks. So the paper is important as well, because the paint doesn't soak in as fast or soak in as far, so I can play with it. I can modify it just a little bit before it sets and have that worrisome watermark. Another issue that I like with the paper I use is I like to lift off dry color. Take a look at this painting here, and I'll show you a close-up, because I developed this painting by removal of dry color in this area right here. I'll take you in close and have you see all of what was painted here. I didn't use frisket, I didn't use negative painting. Actually, it was dark and solid, just like you see here, but I was able to wipe off dry color, and that was a more appropriate look for items that are deep in the shadow, whether it be the roof. And then a big factor, other papers you wipe off, you can't repaint. I can repaint over where I've done that lifting off. I'll give you a quick example, you know, of the lifting off. Let's say we might like to have, you know, a sailboat here. So I'll just re-wet this dry color. So because they don't have oxgall in their paint, the color dries, but it doesn't then set and turn rock hard, so I can re-wet dry color, blot it for a second or two, take a cloth towel, and I can lift off, and there's a sailboat going right across there. I did the lifting off for the roof as well, and should I like later to come in and paint a shadow or remodel the design of the building, look at how the edge doesn't feather. That's the quality of the paper. I can do lifting. It has a strong amount of internal sizing. So if your artwork wants to expand, think about expanding the choice of paint, the choice of paper, giving you some flexibility, the ability to lift off dry color if you make a mistake, lift off dry color to showcase something deep in the shadows, or to add a whole new item once in a while. So the paper can help you with that. The paint can keep it exciting and rich and colorful. And I'll get together with you another time and tell you about my 30-year-old Raphael brush that still is serving me well. We'll talk about brushes another time. Get your hands on some sable brushes while you can. A little secret there, they're not going to be around for a much longer time. So thanks for being with me. Let me share with you the materials I use, not just because I use them, but how I've made that choice to help my painting be more exciting. And so let that be something to help you as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in a workshop soon. Bye for now.